Damn, y'all feel that?
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. A message to all you pseudo spitters. The sound is cool, but the trend I see is the truth is missing. I feel the flow is stupid. You claim that the music's different. I guess it's all opinion, depending on who was listening.
What's the word, y'all? It's KTR underscore podcast, hashtag KTR. We are KTR. We are back in the bit for episode 94 of No Rose Podcast. Yes, episode 94. Yeah, Jeff, we about to run our hands in a minute because we got to bit 100 real soon. But before then, we are on episode 94, live and direct, No Rose Podcast. I'll repeat again, hashtag KTR. And before we dive into this episode, before we get down to the nitty gritty, before we get to start discussing about the topics for the day, because WrestleMania is around the corner, we gotta do one simple thing real quick. And I gotta check in with my brother Nez, J-Bo himself. J-Bo, how you feeling today?
I'm doing great, my brother. Another beautiful day over here in the loom. How about you?
Oh, everything is good. Sunday, it's not Sunday, but it's sunny out here. It's all nice and dandy. I can't complain. You know, it's a little warm, but hopefully it get hot by the time WrestleMania we come up. Because that works out for me because I am in the city where WrestleMania is gonna be at. So you know, it's everybody's talking about like how much tickets are for the show, and got to worry about the stays for the hotel because they're all priced. But guess what? I ain't gotta worry about diddly squat because it's around the corner from the crib.
Yeah, you're right.
It feel good. It feel good. I'm thankful. Yeah, but before we get into WrestleMania season, though, before we get into this episode, y'all gotta do another favor for us. It's real simple, and that is to follow us on all social media platforms: KTR underscore podcast, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. No Rose Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, No Rose Podcast, all podcast platforms: Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast, Podbean, everything. And don't forget to get your merch at ProWrestlingTees.com/KTR Podcast. Let's get into the show. I also have to change this tagline real soon because a lot of platforms have changed. Did you know Anchor is not here anymore? It's called Spotify for podcasters.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, they're not. No.
Yeah, so I don't know how I'm gonna just slip that in there, but yeah, we're gonna figure out a way out. When I figure it out, I'll let you know and I'll do it then. But there's a lot of things.
You still call X Twitter. So
I know. I still Twitter always gonna be Twitter. I don't care what nobody say.
You're giving it our age, man.
Right. I can't like an X. I'm like,
nah, don't sound right. I get you. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but since we're here, since we're talking about WrestleMania real quick, we might as well talk about the main event for night one of WrestleMania, and it finally got announced not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It will be Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk versus the Tribal Chief, the OTC, YTC, the Old Tribal Chief.
That's right.
Roman Reigns. They have been announced for the main event for night one, Saturday night at WrestleMania. And with that, J-Bo, how do you feel about this being the main event for night one?
I mean, if you look at pure star power, I can see it. This is just a three-way grudge that's going on. But, you know, you got the star power in Roman Reigns. You got the fan star power from CM Punk. You know, 10 years he was in the business and he still had people chanting his name in almost every wrestling organization. And then you have Seth Rollins. You can't have, like, a big night without the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth Rollins. So I'm okay with it. I think the bigger question is the fact that another match is not the main event, but as far as, like I said, star power, no, I think the main event is for night one is fine.
Yeah, like I said, because of star power, it makes sense, and you want to keep people in their seats enough for the whole show and see that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more sense. You know, Roman Reigns has that power now where if he ain't the first person on the show, he gotta be the last on the show. So it makes sense. Look, that's why I was going back and forth. I'm like, I mean, it makes sense to put him as the main event. You know, you got those other two heavy hitters with their names as well. But I'm also thinking about the championship match that could be the main event. You know, for the world heavyweight title with Jey Uso and Gunther. So it's like, I'm like, they might say that for night one, but at the same time, it's like I said, star power.
It's star power.
The star power prevailed the championship.
And even to that same effect, it was not the last Rumble, but the Rumble before. It was a fatal four-way between Reigns, Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, and it was the second to last match. Now we all know the Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble always ends the show, but even that night, it just felt weird that Roman Reigns, who was at the peak of his career at that point, wasn't the main event. So now you got another scenario where we're finally getting him and Seth Rollins, again in a match, or the fact that we got Seth Rollins and CM Punk to be able to go at each other. But now you're going to throw Roman Reigns in the match. You got to acknowledge the fact like this is a huge match, championship or not. It's going to be a big match. So yeah, I can see the argument for the main event.
Yeah, so I could see it. Like 2 out of 3 wrestlers, they're gonna put on the good show. The other one's just gonna be there. So that's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry, I'm just not moved by the whole CM Punk regime. I apologize for all the CM Punk fans and the CM Punk lovers. Like, there's no disrespect to CM Punk. He's just not my cup of tea when it comes for like right now as a wrestler. Not saying he can't wrestle. Obviously, he can, but just like at this point of his career, putting on like that main event style match. Like I said, I get it. It makes sense to add that extra help in, but like for him being it by himself one, I didn't see it happen. So I'm glad they made it a triple threat.
Yeah, nope, that's fair.
Yeah, so but also with that, it is a long time coming because CM Punk can finally say he main evented WrestleMania.
Yeah, it took for WWE to get to the point of 2 WrestleMania nights.
True, yeah. So if that was the case, if WrestleMania was just one night, all the matches were put together, and it was between John Cena and Cody Rhodes or his triple threat match, who would be the main event of the night?
John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Come on now. Like CM Punk would get lucky to get a co-main event. But no, he still was not put into a position where it was. Now, if it was him versus Cody Rhodes, then okay, I can see that. But other than that, there's no position where CM Punk should be the main event.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, let's another scenario right here. So if CM Punk was going against Cody Rhodes for the title, but it was John Cena versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins in a triple threat match, who would be the main event?
CM Punk would still be the main event, and it's mainly because of the fact that Cody and he's the WWE champion at the time. Yep, CM Punk would still have the main event.
No.
Nah.
Cena and Reigns.
Yep, absolutely.
On Cena's last year.
Absolutely, they will get.
Let's not be the main event.
That's right. No,
I don't know about that one.
And the only reason why I say that is that, for example, John Cena already made his big swerve moment by finally going heel. So because they already did that, unless another big swerve moment were to take place, there was no other reason why. Plus, yes, it's his last WrestleMania, but he's still going to be here throughout the year. So I don't think that they would overshadow that unless John Cena is in some type of big title match. In this case, he's going for number 17. So no, he's not. Because what's another part of his career? Like you said, let's say it was CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the belt. John Cena was in a triple threat match. No championship involved. Let's say Cena went heel and all this stuff. What other reason would he be in the main event for? He's literally going for number 17. That and the heel portion. That's what makes the match, really. So yeah, CM Punk would have still been in the main event if he was in the position John was.
That's it. I roll with you. I hear you out, big dog. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is where it gets a little tricky and tough because the transition to the next topic, because we've already mentioned the World Heavyweight title match, and we just mentioned the WWE Undisputed title match. And so, which direction do you want to go? Which way do you want to go with this?
What, the world title match?
For the next topic.
I want to talk about the world title match.
All right, cool. We're gonna talk about Jey Uso real quick in his venture to get this world heavyweight title against Gunther. So apparently, as people can see all around social media and the internet and all the gossip and the rumors that are going on, people are starting to have doubts about main event Jey Uso. For some odd reason, people are getting, I guess, less excited about this rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
or with this world title picture. I'm not. I'm looking forward to. Even though I was pissed that Jey Uso eliminated John Cena because I wanted to see. Well, I still got what I wanted,
Yeah,
but
you
it's
said
not in the same fashion. But hear me
fair.
out.
I hear you.
Yes. So Jey Uso and Gunther for the world heavyweight title is it's there, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
not there. And so
Mm-hmm.
people are starting to have their doubts, and now they're not the main event. So it feel like it's not disrespect because, like I said, star power rules over the title. But at the same time, you work so hard after all these years, knowing when you win the Royal Rumble that you would main event a WrestleMania. Now you're getting that. You get a title match, which is still good, but still you're not main eventing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, how do you feel about Jey Uso right now in this whole feud for the world heavyweight title?
I still think it's fine. Where they're going with it, it is. There's a lot to unpack with this, so that's why I'm glad we talked about it. So, okay, first off, yes, WWE has already done damage to this match because Jey Uso already faced Gunther at Saturday Night Main Event. Jey Uso lost clean. Okay, that damage was already done, and this is sort of a lose-lose situation. If Let's start off with Gunther. Gunther, he needs to win the match. The reason why he needs to win the match is that last year at WrestleMania, he lost clean to a wrestler he should have not lost clean to. He shouldn't have. Gunther was dominant as Intercontinental Champion. He was dominant as NXT UK Champion. And he's been, in my opinion, doing very well as World Heavyweight Champion. Granted, his character kind of went off the rails a little bit because he's not the respect the ring general anymore. He's more of a, I'm a cocky world champion. You can't beat me. I'm a joke around with you because I know you can't do anything about it type of wrestler, which he's more in a general heel kind of order. But again, he needs to win because he already dominated that Saturday Night Main Event. He needs to dominate again. It's going to help his career. So Jey Uso really can't lose. But Jey Uso also needs to win because, number one, everyone clearly thinks that he shouldn't win. And he already won the Rumble. He's already not in the main event, even though they call him main event Jey Uso. There's a lot against them. It's a lose-lose, but the way that I see this working out and working out in their favor, Jey Uso wins, but Jey Uso cannot win clean. He can't. I'm not saying that he needs to go in and lie, cheat, and steal, go heel. No. He needs to stay face. He needs to keep going along the trend where he comes out to the crowd and everyone finally get out their seat and get hyped. No, he needs to do some type of roll up. He needs to get dominated in the match. Gunther needs to whoop his ass throughout the entire match. It needs to happen. That's the only way it'll make sense. Jey Uso can come in. He can do 17 super kicks. He can do 2 frog splashes. He can do 3 spears. Fine. Gunther needs to kick out of all that. Okay, like it really needs to bring home the fact that Jey Uso really doesn't belong here. He should not have run the Rumble. All that. But Jey Uso just need to take advantage of the fact that Gunther has been underestimating him this entire time. Pull up a roll up or a schoolboy, hold the rope, something where it's like for that split moment, Gunther lost. If we think back to WrestleMania 20 when Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle, everyone was more behind Eddie than we are with Jey Uso. But at the time, Kurt Angle, he was on the top of his game. It would not have made sense for Eddie Guerrero to beat him clean. So how did Eddie Guerrero beat him? He lost the shoe. He rolled him up. He got the pin. Jey Uso needs to do something similar so that way, A, he gets the belt. B, he proves everyone wrong. C, Gunther still looks dominant. He still looks strong, and he does not lose his mystique, and he can still go after the belt afterwards. So that's the only way I see the world title match going by and still give credibility to everyone involved. What do you think?
That's actually not a bad idea. Like I said, it'll take some involvement from Gunther's ally with Ludwig Kaiser to
Yeah.
interfere.
Bring
Then
him out.
you have Jimmy Uso to help him out, and so
Bring
like
him out.
that will balance everything out. An
Yep. Do all of
accident,
it.
a spot accident happens where something backfires or catches him off guard, and like I say, get that lucky 1, 2, 3 roll up pin or just catch him off guard with like a super kick or so, just something along those lines, pretty much.
It can't be a dominant win. It can't be how Sami Zayn hit him with the brain buster on top of the rope and then hit him with the haluva kick and get a clean pin. No, don't do that.
Yeah, that's still questionable right now. But
that still hurts myself. Shout out to Sami. The match was great.
It was. Seeing it live, I was like, oh my God, he did a brain buster on the top turnbuckle.
If there was any way to do it, I guess that was the way. But
yeah, like you needed a move. That was like, oh shit, like, that was the move. Because I'm like, everybody thought, was that a botch? Did he really hurt him?
Yeah,
I know it was playing. Watching it live, I'm like, oh, that was nasty.
Yeah. Good. They both made it out though.
Right. Like I said, I don't have doubts in Jey Uso. I want him to win. I feel like he's going to win. Just for a certain reason I can't say. But yeah, I feel like Jey Uso is going to win. I would put my whole life savings on it.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. I could be wrong, but like I said, I have faith in Jey Uso. I feel like this is the right moment because the thing about it, they did right with the Royal Rumble by having somebody win that I feel like most people didn't expect to win.
Yes, that's like, what the Royal Rumble is for.
In developing the talent, pretty much, and like this just helped put Jey Uso just to that next level with that extra push, that extra stardom. Yeah. So it all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
So you just gotta get this time now. Now when he gets the World Heavyweight title, now we'll have a different discussion for a different day on a different episode. We'll move forward with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so we'll wait to talk about that later. But moving on to the other side. For the undisputed WWE title, or however you want the word, WWE undisputed title, I don't know. Just take the word undisputed out because it's done. Just say WWE title. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
But
nope.
John's, first off, shout out to my favorite wrestler of all time, John Cena. Let me get that out the way. Secondly, this man is still selling merchandise while being a heel. Like, I just want to say acknowledge that another thing too. I was like, this man is still being the same person, acknowledges all the stuff like that while being a heel.
Yeah.
And so with that, and this rivalry is still picking up, and John Cena's always been cold at promos. Let's just get that out the way.
One of the best.
Yeah, but like how he just turn things around, ad lib new stuff here and there, and like how he transitioned from his last promo to his previous promo that he did recently on Raw. This man's an artist.
Yes.
This man is creative. It's like he takes his whole deep thinking to a new level with him being. It's like a different type of heel because it's like after 20 plus years of him being a good guy, a face. And just figuring out how to be just transition to his heel. We was just thinking like how he's gonna do it, what direction he's gonna take. And personally, for me, I feel like this direction is perfect for him. Like it doesn't get any better than that. Like he's not saying like, oh, F everybody. It's like he's still keeping this same persona, demeanor, and same message, but just reversing the role of just making it sound like a bad guy. So I'm like, this dude is just messing with your mind. So with that being said, how you feel about John Cena so far with this heel turn, and how far do you think he will go?
John Cena's current heel turn is very safe, in my opinion. He's very safe because if you look back in his face promos, there's promos he had against wrestlers like Dolph Ziggler. He's had promos against Austin Theory where he destroyed him. He had promos against Edge and Orton where he just completely decimated them, but he was still a face at the time. So now you got a Cena where it's not one individual wrestler he's going after. It's Cody, but it's also the entire crowd. But he's very safe. He's not doing the standard, well, you guys suck and, this city is terrible. He's, like you mentioned, it's more of a mind game. It's like he's telling the crowd look at it from my point of view. Okay, look at where I was when I was cheering for, like, there's evidence. You can go up and down TikTok, YouTube, whatever, of all the times where John Cena was, there for the people and they booed him, they disregarded him, everything, but he still took it. And so he's at a point where it's like, I have nothing else to give. And if you can't see that for yourself, then you are the true heel. He even said in his first promo, I'm not a face, I'm not a heel. I'm just a person. And if you was in my spot, you would do the exact same thing. What I love about it is if you notice in his promos, he rarely, if ever, talks about, well, I'm going for number 17. He doesn't have to because he got so much material leading up to this heel point. It's like, dang, like I get it. I'll be pissed off too. Like, and just the fact that he's going for 17 is just the icing on top. He's very meticulous. He's still safe because I feel that he can really go in and be a lot more grimy than he has been. But he's very safe and is a very you said it's artist. It's a masterclass in promo work and heel work. So I like it.
Yeah, because this man, he just dissecting everything and everybody. It's like he's not like I said, he's not attacking his opponent. He's not saying anything negative or bad about Cody Rhodes at all. He's literally just attacking the fan base and just he's like, know what? I'm fed up with y'all. I'm about to do me and I'm about to piss y'all off, get this 17th title and retire.
Yeah.
It's like he's
simple.
He's making the world his enemy, not his opponents, just everybody else around him. And like that's like a different route that not a lot of people really take. And like it's just it's probably it's not necessarily new, but we don't see it often.
You don't see it often.
Yeah, and it's not as successful.
Yeah, normally the wrestler would be against the face, and then probably y'all shut up or whatever. Y'all don't know, like they'll do it to the side,
right?
More or less, this entire heel run has been more focused on the fan base, and I'm gonna make an example out of the guy that you're looking at. So it's very nice. It's very good.
Yeah, that's why this man is the greatest of all time. Like I said, if I hope he wins this title and become a 17-time champ.
So those promos are going to be nice.
Oh man, and we get to see a title match in St. Louis against him and Randy Orton. That's what we want to see. Yes, I need that match. Let it happen, please.
Yeah, we need that for the culture.
Right, we need that bad. Yeah. I don't know who's gonna win, but I don't care. I just need to see. Right.
Oh, we just got it.
Right. Yeah. Man, what's up? What we got next, real quick? Let's see. We talked about night one, talk about John Cena, talk about let's talk about NXT real quick. Yeah. Because, like I said, Stand and Deliver coming up, which is their WrestleMania for NXT, and we're almost done with basically a new season of wrestling going into the next season. And when that happens, after WrestleMania, wrestlers get called up from the NXT brand to the main roster brand.
Yep.
And so this made me think about it real quick because of basically what's going to headline Stand and Deliver, which looks like a triple threat match coming up with Trick Williams, Oba Femi, and Javon Evans.
That's so beautiful. I just like that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a heavy hitting match right there. It's gonna be a great one. Got all our black brothers on the triple threat for the main event with that. But this is the thing. It's not for me personally. I don't think it's not about who's gonna win because, in my personal opinion, I think it's probably gonna be Javon Evans is gonna win.
Really?
Yes, because it's like it's time to Trick Williams gotta get off of NXT. This is it for him. This is last run.
That's true.
He needs to make the transition to the main roster. Like he's been the man. He held NXT down for like the past 2.5 to 3 years, especially held down while Melo went up. And so, like I said, he's been the great forefront for NXT. Oba could stay another year personally, but the way he's been moving, the way he's been dominating, I feel like they're just gonna bring him up after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Just to go off that, basically just his momentum. I feel like perfect time. So that's why I feel like Javon would be NXT champion next. It's possible. Is it too soon? I don't know. Can he handle his own? He's grown as a competitor, a wrestler, and a personality over this year. So like I'm proud of all the work he's done. The young OG. But like I said, what do you think will happen with these three superstars after WrestleMania season?
So I'm glad you brought that up because
Oh yeah, shout out to Jada Parker. But continue.
always big dog. Oh, anyway, yeah. So the triple threat match. So Oba, they NXT kind of shot themselves in the foot with Oba because realistically, Oba is in a position where who can realistically beat Oba? Realistically, even when he lost the North American title to Tony D'Angelo, even that till this day still didn't feel natural. It had to be like a passing of the torch because I'm still upset about that win. But Oba is just he's one of those wrestlers that come by every so often where it's like you just cannot beat him realistic. He's like, I don't want to compare him to Gunther, but like you just can't beat him clean. You have to do something else.
He got that
So
Gunther and Brian Breaker look and feel.
yeah, where
Yeah.
it's like, no, you had to do a whole lot more to beat them. So a triple threat match where he could, not be in a decision. I get that. Oba, he'll be great on the main roster. I think he'll be fine. Trick Williams, yes, he do need to go to the main roster, but and I think I said this before. I'm worried. I'm worried about him on the main roster. He got a good theme music. That's fine. Heck, we all know what theme music can do for people. Look at Jey Uso, okay?
Yeah.
But my thing with Trick Williams is that I feel like he's going to be uh, regulated to like the mid card scene. I think he is very good in NXT. I think he's done more than enough what he needs to. But what he does in ring and even his promo work, it's gotten stale over time. And honestly, I don't think that's his fault. That's his character, and he's giving it his all. But I don't see a long term effect with Trick Williams, and I'm worried that it's not going to pull the same way that it does in NXT, other than his theme music. But then Javon Evans, I do think he'll definitely be fine. Since you mentioned that you think he'll win, like yeah, I can see that. I can see that because it's WrestleMania season. We get our big, win. The new champions are crowned and all that stuff. And then plus he's at a size and competition. He had a good number of wins, good number of losses, where he has a good number of opponents he can go against. They can reignite the feud with Ethan Page. Eddie Thorpe, they've been giving him a lot of shine lately. They can give it to him. Lexis King, he's the trophy, champion right now. Like he's great at the moment. Like there's a lot of good competition coming up. So no, I think Oba will be fine. Javon Evans will be fine at NXT, but I do have concerns with how Trick Williams is going to be on the main roster.
That's fun we talk about because I was like, let's go back to Trick Williams real quick. So with that, it's like, I don't know. Trust me, I get like the theme music definitely helps out superstars here and there.
Yeah.
Depending on the superstar, and like he has a good following. He had a lot of great help on NXT, and like let's say he's done well. I just think I'm not sure because I see what NXT tried to do with
Mm-hmm.
him when basically after Melo left, after he became the champion, after the lost champion, they tried to like make him, I guess, a bit more serious.
Yes. Yeah.
And like they took away a little bit from him, like or like how he moved, like basically like promo work, how he moves and like how he executes, like I guess trying to make him like appear like more like dominant or just like in a serious role. And I get
Mm-hmm.
it because like I guess some people like want to make that change just so they can like boost themselves up to like the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, why? Because I'm like because like what he was doing before, I feel like was a lot better than like what they're trying to do with him now. Like him being like relaxed, silly, like the punchlines. Like I'm like I feel like he could do that successfully as like a main event person and not keep him like stuck in that like as a mid card person. Like obviously like when he get in, he'll be. I feel like for him, it's like he'll be like a solid like mid card go for like those like U.S. title or Intercontinental title for like a few years until they want to push him to the point for like a main event spot. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
he'll stay consistent for like that team for them years, as his character.
Yeah.
But it's like when they tried to make him serious, I feel like that was like the downfall. Well, not as like it altered him. Not to say downfall because he's still successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they try to change his character.
I don't know. NXT is a different world. Even though we got, Shawn Michaels over NXT, which is terrific. We got Hunter over WWE, but I don't know, that transition from NXT over to the WWE it's different. There's different eyes on you. There's different perspectives of what's expected out of you, because NXT, yeah, there's, your promo work, but you can get a whole lot more, wrestling in, action in, where in the WWE it's more entertainment based. Yeah. So as you was mentioning with Trick Williams, when he did more of an entertainment based character, yeah, we can see that. But now that he's, I'm the top guy, I can beat anyone that's coming across me. I'm Trick Willie, baby, all that stuff, which is cool. But I really don't think long term that's going to play out well in the main roster, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, the entertainment piece of your character is going to carry you a long way, because it does carry certain wrestlers in the business for a good amount of years. Yeah. Instead of being like fizzled out just because like you're just an athlete with nothing else to offer.
That is right.
Yeah. So with him, I feel like he's gonna be good regardless because of his promo work, his outside work, what they do with social media and everything. I just really want him to revert back to that character where he was at, because like I say, he was still that person. Like he had, like, for instance, when he had that feud with Ilya Dragunov. Yeah. It's like he wasn't all the way serious. He was still himself, but like when it came time for like that one opponent that he knew he needed to dominate, then you make that slight transition, like to pick up that fire, and after you win, you go back to normal. Yeah. It's like this is him like every day.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. That would be a lot more interesting if we can see the rapping, the funny, I'm a chill guy, but then when that bell rings, like, no, it's all business. Like,
exactly. Like that's perfect. That's a great balance. Like I feel like, because like now everything is just like it's all serious now.
Yeah.
So like I said, we'll see. But like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like Oba and Trick, they're gonna get called to the main roster after WrestleMania, because it's time. It's definitely time for Trick, because it's been long enough. At this point, Oba, like I said, they could keep him for another year because of his short run, but at the same time, it's like
there's no one that will pose a challenge for him right now.
Right. No. So with that, putting Javon at the NXT champion, I feel like it'll work.
Yeah.
Cool. So last topic of the day. So we're gonna stay with our people, and we're gonna talk about the top 15 greatest black wrestlers ever by BET. And I'm pretty sure people seen the list. It's been out for a while. I know we haven't touched on it soon. I'm sorry. It takes us weeks to make an episode. I apologize. We have lives. I'm sorry. But don't forget about us. We're still here making shows. We're just taking our time. All right. But anyway, on that list, pretty sure y'all seen the list, top 15, yada yada. Number 1 on that list is Booker T. And with that, me personally, I have no problem with that at all, because Booker T is my favorite wrestler. He's in my top 3 next to Orton and John Cena. And I'll say Booker T was my first favorite wrestler, my favorite black wrestler of all time. So yeah, so like I'm not against it. I'm fine with it. I'm pretty fine with it, because that's my guy. But with that, he's over the People's Champ, The Rock, with being number 2. So with that being said, J-Bo, how do you feel about Booker T being number 1 on the top 15 greatest black wrestlers of all time?
Okay, let me start off by saying this. If Booker T is not in your top 3, then your list is invalid. Okay, let's just put that right there. If we're talking about the greatest black wrestlers of all time, if Booker T is not in your top 3, then your list is invalid. It's more of a personal preference type of list, okay? And yes, every list can be arguably subjective, but come on, Booker T should be top 3. I guess it's not that I have a problem with Booker T being number 1. My thing is, what was your overall criteria? Okay, like if you look at the list, it can't be nostalgia. It can't be nostalgia, because Kofi Kingston was number 3, but you got Ron Simmons, you got Junkyard Dog, you got Jacqueline, you got Naomi, Devon Dudley, where I'm pretty sure Kofi Kingston is more of the casual fans type of thing. So it can't be nostalgia. It can't be accomplishments, because Bobby Lashley is a 2-time WWE champion, but Junkyard Dog, respect to one of the greats, he's above him. And then it can't be accomplishments because we got Mark Henry at number 4. But on paper, we're talking about on paper. Sasha Banks had numerous women's championship reigns. Again, Bobby Lashley won the WWE title twice, and he's number 4 down. So it's like, what is the criteria? But whatever it is, Booker T is fine. I do, however, see the argument with The Rock because the only other number 1 will be The Rock. Because number 1, The Rock had numerous accomplishments. Number 2, he's nostalgia. Everyone knows The Rock. Whether it be from TV or wrestling, everyone knows him. And the fact that, he has done so much, even though he was only in wrestling for like certain parts of time, he will destroy most other people on this list. I think the main reason why Booker T won is that if you were to ask casual fans, hey, name a black wrestler, Booker T more than likely is going to come up because some people is going to associate The Rock with Samoan. Okay, so that may skew your answer. So I think just on a general basis, if I were to pick what they choose, if you think overall, hey, who is a great black wrestler, Booker T will come out on that list. And if that's it, great. Otherwise, I'm sorry, the list is arguable, especially with The Rock being number 2. So yeah, I'm fine. As long as he's in top 3, I got no problem.
That's good. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. Was just the thing about, I guess, when it comes to just wrestler, we gotta take out the everything else, like the star aspect with The Rock, since The Rock had a shorter wrestling career than Booker T. So like I get that. And so like Booker T does have like a lot of accolades on his resume with being like a multiple time champion on like the mid card level, the main event level, with a 6-time heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I thought it was 7 times. I thought he won the world title in the WWE twice.
I thought it was once, and that's when he was King Booker. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the 7th time was. I know, well, he beat Rey Mysterio for it, right?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't know what the other one was, so that's what I'm trying to think about. But I know he's won the United States title, won an Intercontinental title, been a tag team champion on multiple occasions, King of the Ring, and so you got that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, the top 15 can just vary. Like
6 times, you're right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. See, I told you I know my favorite black wrestler. I was right here.
You're right. It was 6 times. You got it. That's right.
So just some of the stuff just questionable. Like I'm trying to figure out like how Devon Dudley's over Big E. But Big E has multiple accomplishments as NXT champion, multiple tag team champion. He got mid card title, W champion.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, how did Devon get over Big E? Granted, if you were to ask somebody name a black wrestler, I think someone would say Devon before Big E. But then again, we got Kofi Kingston at number 3.
And I feel like that, and like him, I feel like him and Big E are damn near like the same.
The same, yeah.
When it comes to like accomplishments, I'm like, why is there a big spread?
I don't. That's I got a lot of questions, but as far as our question at hand, which is Booker T, again, top 3, fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, cool. That's it. I agree. Top 3. I agree with him being number 1. I have no problem about it if it's just strictly about wrestling.
Strictly wrestling. That's right.
Yeah. And so with that is all the time we have for today for episode 94. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. And I'm going to give y'all a brief preview on the next episode. On episode 95, I'm just going to give y'all a tip right here. We are going to be discussing WrestleMania and WrestleMania only. And this is going to help all of you out there to basically know what you want to do in Vegas, pretty much. I'm going to give y'all tips and insights on like watch parties, places to eat, places you want to go have fun at, casual places, hotel stays, anything you need to know, any topics, I'm going to break it down for you because this is my city, baby. I can help you out with anything you want to know. So that's what I'm going to give to the community. So you got to watch in, subscribe, and check out the next shows to know about that. But until then, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for signing in for this episode. And before y'all sign off, y'all gonna do one simple favor for us, and that is to follow us on all social media platforms, KTR_podcast, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, No Rules Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, No Rules Podcast, all podcast platforms, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, on everything. And don't forget to get that merch at ProWrestlingTees.com/KTR Podcast. Let's go. Let's get off this show. This is episode 94, KTR, hashtag KTR, Another Rose Podcast, and we are out.
Word to Big Harv. What should they do? Cinco.
We're going to pump them numbers, baby.
That don't compute in my mind, I must be out of mind. Black fist high, rally up before we out of time.